Now, going back to security, indexing. Do I have the rights to index documents? And if so, what documents am I allowed to index? It's all based on security. If I do have the rights to index documents or label documents, I just look on the left-hand side. Once I'm logged into the system, into identify.web here, I simply click on batches. I will see the batches that need to be indexed, that I have the rights to see. If I have no business at all indexing loan documents, I'm not going to see those on my list. Doesn't matter what machine I go to, because again, none of these documents that are being scanned are actually being saved on the computer themselves. They're actually being saved on a server somewhere, depending on how you're set up. They're set up directly to go to a server, and you actually access those documents from any machine you want to. You just have to have the rights. In this case, I do have the right. I know that I created this group of documents because it was created by admin. I logged on as admin. Normally, you all would see your username there where it says created by. It doesn't have to be assigned to you. It already is assigned to you because you're an admin person. I'm the admin person. I'm logged on as admin. It was created by me at this date, this time. So the scenario would be, let's say someone else was responsible for scanning loan documents also. That person is no longer here. They either got fired or they're out sick. So I need to get that document finished. So in order for me to fix or actually index a document that was actually done by somebody else, I have to be the batch administrator, or tell somebody who is a batch administrator and let them know if they could please assign that batch that was scanned by somebody else, have them assign it to me. It's basically like moving the documents, the paper documents, from someone else's inbox and putting it in my inbox. I want to be able to assign those documents, or I want to be able to see those documents so I can index them. I pick and choose on the left-hand side here which batch of documents I want to assign. I want to assign these documents to somebody. Who do I want to assign them to? This is where you would see a complete list of all the people that you want to assign it to. Right now it's assigned to the administrator. It was created by me, so to keep it simple, I'll just reassign it back to the administrator. Okay, let's go ahead and do the indexing of these documents. Now we're in the indexing program. What's actually happening is the documents are being downloaded. If there's any barcodes on these documents, the barcode is being read at that time. It read the barcode. It populated everything on the left-hand side as you see here. The document type is the first thing that it read. The account number. The system automatically does what's called a lookup. Anything, any attribute, these are all called attributes on the left-hand side here, any attribute that has a magnifying glass. Look at the account number here. Right next to the account number, there's a magnifying glass. That indicates that this field, this attribute, has a lookup assigned to it. Doesn't matter if it's being read in the account number. If the account number is being read in the barcode, it automatically populates everything for you. If none of your documents have barcodes, it's no big deal. Your account number is simply going to be blank. All you need to do is type in your account number and your sub-account number if you have one for your institution. In this case, it was read in the barcode, but just to put it in, I'll show you how easy it works. 867530915. I hit enter on the keyboard. It automatically does a lookup and pulls in everything. I didn't really have to do that because it automatically read everything in the barcode, but just showing you how flexible it is. Not only does it pull in the primary name for that account, but it also pulls in all the joint account information. Even if it was a business and it had 4 or 5 people on that account, it would pull in all of their names, all of their socials, or tax IDs, depending on how your system is set up. All of the attributes that you see on the left-hand side are customizable based on your institution. Some of our customers are banks. Some of them are credit unions. Some of you all get processed from different vendors. So it all depends on how your document information or your data gets processed. You might have customer number or member number, first name, last names, tax IDs, customer type, customer number like I stated, maybe a date. Well, what type of dates do you all have? You have a loan date, maybe a mature date, maybe whatever date it is in your data file, we will pull in that information. Now, what is a data file? A data file is the information that you all, being the customer, you all actually type in all this information when you're actually booking the loan or opening up a new account. You're typing in the person's name, their address, all that information gets saved in one file. That file in turn gets sent to another location on your server where our program, Identify, looks at this location and pulls in the values every single night. So what that means is if you actually have a loan and you actually booked it today, that information actually hasn't been transmitted to us to Identify. So we can't really do the indexing of those documents the same day to keep it live. You can do it 24 hours later. Okay, so we understand a little bit of how the data file works. We know this document was labeled completely because it was barcoded. Well, how do I go forward? Well, there's different options on how to go forward. The first option is up in the top left-hand corner. Next document. This button is basically going to take you to the next document, or in this case, the next barcoded document. Well, what if your documents are not barcoded? Well, you're probably going to be using those barcode separator sheets. So they really are kind of barcoded. They're just separated with that separator sheet. So that button will do the same thing regardless if it's barcoded or you're using your separator sheets. It will take you to the next barcode separator sheet. This button here is going to take you to the next file or the next page. You might have documents like, say, an 80-page tax return, and you want to look at every single page. You can do that. You can look at every single page. Make sure you got every document. Make sure everything's nice and straight and pretty. You can definitely do that. The option is yours. Barcode by barcode by clicking on Next Document, or page by page, or Next File, Next File. If all of your documents you stuck on the scanner are all barcoded, meaning you have the documents, you have the barcode actually on the documents themselves, you can simply just click on the green check mark and it'll go through the entire batch of barcoded documents and jump all the way to the end and index every single one of those immediately for you. In this case, I clicked on the green check mark hoping that it would go all the way to the end, but the system is smart enough to know that this document here, the settlement statement, is a non-barcoded document, so it stops. And it's asking me the first thing to do. I need to assign a document type. If you notice off to the left-hand side of the attribute document type, there's a little red diamond there. That indicates that this field is mandatory. It will not allow me to go forward until I fill in that information. So, what type of document is this? This is the HUD-1, the settlement statement. So all I need to do is I can do it one or two different ways. I can use these arrows down at the bottom here and kind of flip through all of my different words until I find the word I want. Or the easiest thing to do is to just simply type in what it is. In this case, HUD-1, H-U-D. Click the word you want. It pulls in all the values for you. Well, what values is it pulling? None, because it's a non-barcoded document. So this goes back to the original thing I was saying. If it's a non-barcoded document, all we need to do is type in the account number, 867530915. I hit enter on the keyboard. It does the lookup, because remember that attribute there has the magnifying glass indicating that that attribute is a lookup field. I didn't do anything else. I typed in the account number, hit enter, it automatically did everything for me. Now I'm ready to go ahead and go forward. Well, I can't go forward anymore. This indicates that this is the end of the file. I'm done. I'm ready to complete my batch. I click on Complete Batch. It saves everything, and it archives it as well. It sends it directly back to the server, and now it's actually able to be searched by. Well, what can we use to search for? Well, all those attributes that you saw on the left-hand side, the account number, the name, the social, the tax ID, those are the values that I can use to try and find